Hey there, it's that time of the week where we like to get out our video to tell you who won last week's prediction contest, give you a chance to tell us your prediction for the upcoming Georgia game. If you're viewing this, you probably already follow us, but we do a weekly prediction contest for the Georgia football games. Winner gets a gift card to a local Athens business. Started it during COVID, and we're just going to keep it going. And then, we also do real estate market updates to give you information about what's going on in the Athens area. Real estate market, also information on listings and homes. So if you're interested in any of that, be sure to click subscribe. But now it's time to talk about our beloved Georgia Bulldogs and last weekend versus Tennessee. So much ballyhooed, going to be the biggest game in Sanford Stadium. Tennessee's just so great. Georgia's going to have a hard time. Oddly, Georgia was favored by 8.5 points, and it turns out that Vegas knew what they were doing. So Georgia played a great game. They looked dominant throughout the entire game. The score really doesn't reflect that. 27-13. I mean, last weekend in Athens is one of the reasons that you choose to live here. Just electric atmosphere. Really kind of started on Thursday. I got to see a ton of family and friends that I don't usually see. And that's one of the things that's great about Georgia football. It's not really just about football. It's about a lot more than that. And so last weekend, I had a great time. And then the weekend was not ruined because Georgia won the game. I think I spent all of Sunday going back and just rewatching the things I couldn't see, like College Game Day, SEC Nation, rewatching the game, enjoying a day off, and kind of just relishing in being a Georgia fan during this time. And that's what I hope you're doing, because somebody made a good point over the weekend, and that was about Tennessee thinks they're at a point they might not be there. This is before the game. And what they mentioned was, if you remember Georgia in 1998, they go out to LSU. They beat LSU at night in Baton Rouge, and then we come back, and Georgia and Tennessee are playing. College Game Day is here. And everybody thinks Georgia and Quincy Carter, quarterback at the time, are ready to be prime time. Well, Tennessee came into town, dominated the line of scrimmage. Jamal Lewis ran all over Georgia, and Georgia learned really quick that maybe Tennessee and Florida were still the kings of the SEC East. That's 1998. Well, their point was they think that's Tennessee right now. And as it turned out, it proved to be true, because if you watch that game, Tennessee's got a good football team, and Georgia may see them again. But the difference is the physical toughness of the Georgia Bulldog team, and then the line of scrimmage. In Tennessee, while they've got a good coach and they're probably not going anywhere, that's somewhere they're going to have to get better if they're going to be Georgia. Georgia looks right now like they are at the top of the heap. I listened to some Tennessee Vol call-in shows after the game, and just to hear the Tennessee fans and where they are and what they think of the Georgia program. Wow, as a Bulldog fan, it's really nice to hear. But let's get to who actually won this prediction contest and let you send in your prediction. So, as you know, the bigger game, we're probably going to have a lot more people. We probably had 100 plus between social media and what came into the emails for the predictions. Most people were predicting 40-something to like 30-something, maybe 40-something for Georgia, 20-something for Tennessee. We did have one person on social media, actually, Tennessee fan, lives here in town. He picked Tennessee. But a lot of people were really off on this. And when we have a bigger amount of folks, we sometimes get some new people to submit, and that kind of happens on every big game. So let's go over some of the better predictions and let you know who actually won. KG Aquinto, her husband, and her have actually won one of these already. She predicted 27-21. Really good. Might have won. It wasn't for another prediction. Greg Dyer, 24-21. Tyler Smith, a friend of ours who lives not far from the office, 34-10. Then we have one of our colleagues in real estate here in Athens, Julie Moon, made a pretty good prediction at 33-18. She wasn't that far off. Chad Howard, another banker in town, works with Regions Bank, 34-17. Stacy Fenton on social media, she posted 21-18. Those were the best ones. My personal prediction was 45-27. Obviously, I was off. I felt really good about the game all week, and that part I was right about. But our winner was Michelle Hughes with 28-14. 28-14. She was only 2 points off, and she has won the prediction contest. Congrats to you, Michelle. She's been participating in this, I believe, for a couple of years now. So congrats to Michelle. We'll reach back out to her later this week, get her gift card. So now we talk about what we need to, and that's Mississippi State. Because as a Georgia fan, even myself yesterday, I was still kind of relishing in the Tennessee win. And my advice to any Georgia fan, and I hope the team is listening, not to me, but to their coach, that get over it, move past it, because there's a very good football team in Starkville that on a spooky night game that could really jump up and get you. Georgia fans are starting to kind of feel a little arrogant after that game. But when you go out to Starkville, things can turn in a hurry. Mike Leach is a good coach. They have this passing attack. And then if the Georgia football team, which is very much college kids kind of start reading their own press clippings, it's going to be easy for them to, to possibly have a bad game and lose. So, put Tennessee behind you, start thinking about the Mississippi State game. Send us your prediction for that one. Info@5mrealty.com. You can also post it on social media. I mean, the Mississippi State game is a bigger deal. It's at night. As Louis Grizzard said, the best way to get to Starkville was go to the middle of nowhere and turn left. So let's hope Georgia can keep it together, stay focused, have a good game. Send us your prediction, info at 5M Realty. We're posting on social media. Other than that, go vote and have a great week here as we get ready for the Mississippi State game in Athens.